Hello, bonjour. Looks like my twin brother. For those who know I have a twin brother, that would be interesting. First off, thank you so much for letting me come out here and talk. I love the ups and downs. For anyone who's done any company for over 5 years, holy shit, are there a lot of ups and downs. Honestly, you think you win a lottery one day, and the next day your kids are being sold for meat. I mean, this is... yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. Anyhow, traditionally I tend to talk more on the technical side. I'm the president also of a group here in Vancouver called Video, which is the iOS developers meetup group here. So it's a little more, well, I like to say enthusiasts in the iOS world. So normally I talk a little technical, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more on the business practices and actually how I manage to open up doors, because I think this can work for everyone. I promised 2 of my MBA guys I wouldn't say fluff, but this is a bit of business fluff, okay? I already broke my promise to them. I know, don't tell them. Anyhow, I call this 3 cups of chai. The reason why I call it 3 cups of chai is because I don't drink coffee. I think it tastes awful, but you know what? Make this 3 cups of Americano, 3 cups of beer. Yeah, there we go, 5th. Though I wouldn't go with 3 cups of beer in this model that I'm about to share. It might not seem so professional. But anyhow, 3 cups of chai, extending your network. So in 2010, my twin brother David, a very talented lady named Josephine Wong, and myself, we founded a company called TwoTall Totems. And TwoTall Totems, we focused initially on very premium mobile development, iOS, Android, and all the fun stuff that goes in between there. We had a great design team, we had a great development team, and I was charged with sales. Okay, so I thought this is going to be easy. It's 2010, everyone's making an app. This is kind of cool. But then I started realizing, every company needs a website, but every company does not need an app. And it's really, really, really hard to try to discover who it is that you can sell your services to. So I started thinking, the only way to get to that person who actually needs what it is we're trying to sell is I got to use the network effect. So what I effectively got to do is I got to go out there and start meeting people and talking to them and show that I'm the expert at what I do, and show that our company's the expert at what we plan to do. So how do I get from this person, this beautiful person here, all the way up to this person here that's having a lot of fun? So, whoops, I jumped ahead. This is going to be no surprise for you. So I would go and I'd do cold calls. And I do emails, and I'm saying, hey, we're the coolest company around, you gotta come use our services. And every single person did, not surprisingly enough, no, don't wanna talk to you, not interested, too busy, just don't have the time. So it's kind of frustrating, that was one of those lows that she's talking about. It's early day lows, but it's still a low because you're starting to think, whoa, we got all this team, we got all this talent, we got all this stuff we can do, but we got no one to do it for. This kind of sucks. So I started thinking, okay, what can I do to turn no into a yes? So I started thinking about the wording that I'm using. So meeting. Everyone gets nervous when they got a meeting. It sounds corporate, it sounds boring, it sounds like something no one wants to do. But what if I changed that word from meeting and made it into coffee, okay, or chai? Now, a coffee, I don't want to say meeting, a coffee gathering is roughly 20 minutes, it's comfortable, you do it with a friend, you have a conversation. Everyone kind of wants to talk tech, It's not a hard thing to get people interested in. And if I turn around and say, it's not a meeting, I would love to have coffee with you and just to hear what you want to talk about and show you some cool stuff. But then I got to also turn a little bit more interesting and make it more of a story. So what I did is I challenged myself and I said, okay, so that coffee, I'm going to have 3 times a week, minimum. And what I mean by that is I'm actually going to meet 3 different people a week, okay? And that's part of my story. That's the challenge, is 3 people a week that I have never met. I'm going to have coffee with you, and we're going to sit down, and I'm going to learn about you, and you're going to learn about me. Kind of cool. Anyhow, one of the big things it did is it got me out of the house, okay? I dropped out of grad school and started a startup, and I have always done that. So I really wasn't big out in the community, and it was kind of nice to get the hell out of the house. I just had kids, and I really enjoyed getting out of the house then. So this is the first bonus. Secondly, it brought their defenses down instantly. Every single person I talked to said, shit, coffee, that sounds great. Yeah, I'd totally love to meet you and talk tech. So it takes their defenses down. So right away, they don't have their backs up to the wall going, oh my God, he's gonna try to sell me something. And that's also important, is you never sell something when you talk to them. You always say, let's just have a conversation. I just want to hear what you're into, what it is you like. Let's just learn about each other. It's kind of like dating, but I'm really married. But anyhow, it turned into yeses. Like, I swear, I went from like 100% no's, like I thought I was going to jump off a bridge, to 99% yeses, which was freaking fantastic. I'm actually meeting people, and not only that, I'm meeting interesting people, and having a hell of a time doing it. Still not drinking coffee, but having a good time. So the things to remember. So you have this meeting now, okay? So everything is marketing, and marketing is everything. This is totally true. So as I said, you do not sell anything. Okay, you just go out there and you just talk about what interests you and what interests them, just like a first date. That's all you do. But you go there professionally. You want to be the best dressed person there, okay, or at least dressed appropriately. You want to have story points, just like, in politics, how they have these talking points. Well, a talking point's nothing more than the ability to inject something interesting that you've already kind of preconceived into the conversation. So you can direct the conversation, but you're not memorizing and saying the same thing over. But I'll tell you, I had the same conversation roughly almost every single time from my perspective, because you start telling a story. And these stories are really, really important. And this marketing, and stories, it ends up getting remembered. Okay. So I would challenge you, if you're going to start doing this, that you have to come up with your own story and find your own voice. And that's really important, because you are what you're trying to sell, and you are your services. And if you can if you can make it interesting, believe me, this is going to work, and it's never a problem. But most importantly of them all, listen to the people who you're talking to. Because all of a sudden, if you're just talking, and believe me, I can talk all day. This is actually hard for me, because this is a 5-minute speech. Holy crap, this was an hour-and-a-half speech that I cut down. Okay, and I'm not joking. I mean, yeah, this has been a challenge for me, because normally I talk for hours and hours and hours with nothing needing me to stop. But anyhow, listen, find out what their problems are. And this is important, because what they're gonna do is they are gonna tell their friends, hey, I met this guy, Chris, and they have some pretty cool tech, and it is what you're looking for, and they really listened, and they really seem concerned about what it is that I want to do. And better yet, if you can give some free advice, because everyone loves free advice, that might save them, an hour that week, they're going to remember you, and that's awesome. So just listen and market yourself, or market your just talk. Now, so the 3 cups of chai for that week is done. What do we do? Well, how do we end this? And this is actually really, really important, okay? This is kind of my killer angle, is the first thing I do, because I want to create my network thing, and they already know that I have that story. I'm only there for coffee. I want to meet someone 3 times a week, 3 people. It could be 3 in one day, who cares? But I want to meet 3 people new. And then you say, look, I want you to help me with my mission, because I can't do it. Like, I can't do it alone. So introduce me to someone. Introduce me to 2 people. Make my job easy. And you'd be shocked how many people will do that. Like, they'll just go, hell yeah, I know my cousin and 3 other friends, and I know one guy who's actually looking to get an app done. Awesome. Make that introduction for me. Do my work. Happens almost every time. Anyhow, to complete this circle, again, this is some way that I found our voice, and we managed to open up a lot of doors. And over 6 years, we've made probably about 150 apps, iOS and Android. We have an office in San Francisco, one here in Vancouver. We have a team that I would say is the best in the world. I'll go to war with Google. I'll go to war with anyone. We have more PhDs than we should. I really do mean that. Look who we've got here. Vicky, this is our community manager right here, Vicky. Yeah, so anyhow, that's the story. Really what I wanted to share here is how to start that conversation, because I bet you a lot of you have had problems with that first step, and you just give up. Your tech might be the most amazing thing in the world. It might save babies' lives, but you can't even get that conversation started. Well, start that conversation. Make up a story. Make up something interesting. Make up something memorable. And that's the way to start your business, basically, flowing. And that's all I got.
Woo!
2 questions, yes, sir.
Hi, I'm a student, and I don't know where to get these people that you're talking about, for the chai, or coffee, or whatever. The beer, I'll be at the beer. So, for someone like me, this is my second tech social event I've been to ever.
Then you're doing the right thing already.
Yes, we'll get to that later.
Mhm.
The first one was the Polyglot Social at St. Regis earlier this month. So I guess what I'm really trying to ask is, for somebody who is just doing baby steps, isn't a seasoned app developer in the workforce like you, how do you start?
Easy, aim low. Aim low. No, seriously, aim so freaking low that you just start a conversation with someone and they introduce you at higher and higher and higher and higher steps. It worked for me. That's exactly what I did. I didn't even say, some people go like, I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant, what have I got to do with tech? No, but you know someone. And I know you know someone and you're going to introduce me to them. You don't say it like that because then they think you're some sort of supervillain. But like, it's actually really easy. Just start a conversation with someone next to you on the bus even and say, this is my mission, this is what I want to do, I want to know the world. And you'd be surprised how many chains down you're going to start meeting by doing that. And I think you're doing the right thing by just showing up to one of these tonight.
I've had bad experiences on the bus.
SkyTrain. Anyone else, or can I drop this and run away? Yes, young lady, who I've never met.
Hi. I just want to say there's 125 people in this room. You can get 3 people to meet you for coffee guaranteed.
She is so good. She is so good.
Make sure you're not by the beer. Don't go to the beer though. Maybe come to somewhere else.
Sir.
How did you target your leads for conversations?
I'm sorry?
How did you target your leads for conversations?
That's just it, I didn't.
You're using a phone book?
No, I just talked to a couple people and I said, hey, who do you know? And then who do you know? And who do you know? It's all network. It didn't matter, it was superfluous. I found when I used the phone book, when I found the internet, no one wanted to talk to me. Not one person. But if you look at my LinkedIn now, holy crap, it's like the journey of my, or it's like the story of my journey. You know, it's really, LinkedIn is what your life is and what it should be in the sense of you want to create that network effect. And it's so easy to do. You just got to have the tenacity to keep at it.
Last question.
Last question.
You're pretty good at talking, actually. Like, how do you navigate the sort of like the thing between talking tech, and talking, art?
I only started talking this year. No. Well, that's why I actually moved kind of, I won't say away from tech, but I focus more on the business side now. It's kind of my flavor, and I surround myself by amazing people. I mean, I'm lucky. I tell this to people, and it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I have the greatest job in the world because we build dreams. Like, we have these people that come to us with this idea and the vision to say, this is something that I want this app, but I have no capacity to create it. And we get to be the genies who make it for them. So it's awesome. I don't mind if I just want to be part of the family. If I'm the one that does the talking, awesome. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so very, very, very much.